The ancient Hebrew scriptures foretold of the Anointed One, Yeshua HaMashiach. The Messiah Yeshua came to call the people back to the truth of His word and to follow that righteous path. Yeshua then called Jewish men to be His disciples. Now, after 2,000 years, Beth Goyim Messianic Congregation has that same calling of those Jewish men, teaching the Route 66 King's Highway from Genesis through to Revelation.
3 brief overview sections in relation to this particular Parash reading. Section 1, the Torah. Section 2, how this Parash fits in the New Testament. Shalom, 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 shalom again. It's the bearded guy. It's the rabbi from New York. It's Messianic Rabbi Andrew Dinnerman for Beth Goyim Messianic Congregation here on the road to Emmaus. The Road to Emmaus is a very interesting show. Please support it. The other part about this Road to Emmaus, it's where those 2 men really understood about their Messiah and about what their role would be for all things. And that is our role today. If you call yourself a disciple of Yeshua, if you call yourself a Christian, then you need to understand about this road to Emmaus. And I'm here to give you your Hebrew roots, because without the roots of the tree doesn't have any roots. A big wind comes over, it'll fall over because it's dead. So you need your roots. Let's start with this Parash, with Parash number 3. This is Lech Lecha. It is from Bereshit, Genesis chapter 12 through chapter 17. We're not going to read all that because we don't have time right now. But let's take a look at Genesis, Bereshit 12, verse 1, 2, and 3. Specifically verse 3, I will bless those that bless you, but I will curse anyone who curses you, and by you all the families of the earth will be blessed. These are the promises of God. Now, in the world right now, anti-Semitism, the hatred of the Jew, is higher than it was before World War II. We have shootings in France, bombings in the Scandinavian countries. Germany tried to outlaw circumcision. All these things, even in America here, a lot of very bad things are going on. Israel is hated amongst the nations, but yet it's the only true democracy on the entire planet there in the Middle East. Okay? You could be a Christian, you could be a Muslim, you could be a Buddhist, you could be a Jew. Everybody in Israel gets to worship freely, but not in Egypt, not in Syria, not in Lebanon. No, no, no. You don't get to worship freely. You don't get to go out and witness. Okay? So pray for the peace of Jerusalem. Sha'alu Shalom Yerushalayim. And get the promises that we have here in Genesis 12:3, Bereshit 12:3. I will bless those that bless Israel. You want to be a blessing to Jehovah the King, the Father in heaven, Yeshua, who's Jewish? Then bless those who bless you. Bless Israel. They blessed you with the knowledge of Torah. They brought you Messiah. So whether or not they know Messiah right now, well, be a blessing to them. Show them your love. Stand with them. Now, let's go on into a little deeper discussion over the next 5 minutes. In Genesis 15, verses 12 through 17, we see a very interesting account that happens. That Jehovah puts Avram, this is before he was Abraham, to sleep. And he had told him to bring an offering. And he cut the pieces in half. And in verse 17, it says, after the sun had set, and there was a thick darkness, a smoking fire pot and a flaming torch appeared, which passed between these animal parts. Now, you're reading it, you're like, what would those represent? What would those represent? I mean, a smoking torch and a fire pot, like a cauldron, like a big pot. And you're like, why would those pass between it? What would that mean? What would be the purpose? Well, you need that information because this is in the first book. And as I said, you need your Hebrew roots. Without your Hebrew roots, you don't understand the book of Revelation. In Revelation chapter 9, verse 1 and 2. The fifth angel sounded his shofar, and I saw a star that had fallen out of heaven onto the earth, and he was given the key to the shaft leading down to the abyss. He opened the shaft in the abyss, and there went up smoke from the shaft like the smoke of a huge furnace, like a cauldron. And the sun was darkened, and the sky too, by the smoke from the fire from the shaft. So here, we've been doing a very detailed study of the book of Revelation at our congregation. You're welcome to come. We are 12 hours different until November 4th. Then we'll be 13 hours behind you. So if it's 7 a.m. right there now in the Philippines, after November 1st, it will be 6 p.m. here. So we're 12 hours different. So we're doing a detailed study of the book of Revelation, which you can go to our website, bethgoyim.org, and click on Messianic Torah Time, and then you can get the studies, the PowerPoint, along with the audio from these teachings. We're going pretty much line by line to the book of Revelation. So here, in Revelation 9, verse 1 and 2, you can't understand what this smoke from the shaft and the huge furnace is until you study Genesis 15, 17, and that promise. Because when you go on to the next, in that chapter of Revelation 9, you then get very deep into what is the chastisement. So here, the Lord said in Genesis 12 that the Hebrew people, the Jewish people, would be a blessing to the earth. But a lot of people don't want that blessing. They very much dislike the Hebrew people. So here it is that this blessing and a curse. So when people don't bless Israel, then the Lord brings a curse. Okay? The Lord will use the nations, the Goyim, to get Israel's attention. So here, then you read in Revelation 9:2, he opened the shaft of the abyss, and there went up smoke from the shaft, like the smoke of a huge furnace. The sun was darkened in the sky too, but the smoke by the smoke from the shaft. Now, to understand that a little deeper, along with Genesis, you need to then read the book of Joel, chapter 2, Joel 2, verse 1 through 10. I know a lot of the church here in America loves to dreams and visions at the end of Joel 2. They fail to read Joel 1, chapter 1, and the beginning of chapter 2. So here, when you read in Joel 2:1, blow a shofar on Zion, sound the alarm on my holy mountain, let all the living in the land tremble, for the day of Adonai is coming, it is upon us. Verse 2, a day of darkness and gloom, day of clouds, thick fog, a great and mighty horde is spreading like blackness over the mountains. There has never been anything like it, nor will there ever be again, not even after the years of many generations. Okay, so here it is. This horrible day is coming because we're not listening. And then your key verse about that ties together with the cauldron is Joel 2, verse 10. In the advance of the earth quakes, the sky shakes, the sun and moon turn black, and the stars stop shining. Okay, this ties together with Revelation 9, verse 1 and 2, and Genesis 15, verses 12 through 17. You can get a much more detailed understanding of this by going to our website, bethgoyim.org, click on Messianic Torah Time, and get the Revelation studies. I bid you Shalom!
The Remnant's Call is a part of Beth Goyim Messianic Congregation in Fairview, New Jersey, USA. Beth Goyim is located right outside of New York City. Beth Goyim is a congregation where Jew and Gentile worship Yeshua the Messiah as one people, following the Route 66 King's Highway, Genesis to Revelation, the only perfect word of Adonai. For more information on this end-time ministry and how you can get back to the proper roots of the faith and a closer walk with God, call 973-338-7800. That's 973-338-7800. Or check out our website, bethgoyim.org. That's BETHGOYIM.org. Or houseofthenations.org. Be with us live on the Lord's Day, Shabbat, Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the sounding of the shofar and the Word of God in English and Spanish. You can also be with us live Tuesday evening at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Messianic Torah Time Bible Study. It's all free. Just click the on-air button. It is that simple. Remember, bethgoim.org or houseofthenations.org. 973-338-7800. 973-338-7800.